Hey, so I wanted to do a little quick review about my Slick Revolution board and the service I got whilst buying it, and the aftercare service, which wasn't that great. So, I bought one of these ones. Really nice board. Comes with a couple of things if you pay extra. Block risers, really good for putting your light bar at the front under the board. So it goes under there. Really cool for night riding. Really cool. And what else did we get with it? We got a spare set of bearings, slime bearings. You get an extra set of wheels, chargers, controller, little tools. Nothing really fancy, but yeah, so happy with the board. But after a couple of rides, the kingpin bent. Have a look at the picture, and so I sent an email straight in to say, look, kingpin's bent. Prior to this, I'd already rang them and said, where were my bearings, because they hadn't turned up with the original package. They replied and said, your bearings, we were out of stock and we'll send them to you as soon as we can, which they didn't tell me about. And so I followed it up with a call, and the call consisted of me speaking straight to Robert. He said the bearings will be sent as soon as they come in. He apologised for no one telling us about the bearings not being in at the time, and he also said he'd send a couple of spare plastic guards, a couple of spare ones of these, because they get quite scratched pretty quick just getting down curbs and riding down the road and things. So I hadn't really heard anything back. These bearings that came with standard, absolutely awful, not even worth being in there. These green slime ABEC 11s got a pretty good spin. Pretty happy with those. Got to make the board go a little bit quicker for sure. Rolling down hills is going to be loads quicker. Another concern I raised with him, I don't know where the attachment for this is, but this goes on an attachment and sits in the riser. It's very, very rattly when you're going down the road, and after the first charge of the battery, it wouldn't charge up again, and you had to almost push the battery into the light for it to charge, and I thought that's no good. So I sent a message to Block Risers, I think they're in California, and they soon took it off their page, but they sent me a reply, to be fair, saying if it's not charging, try using some GoPro Hero 4 batteries. So I bought a couple of cheaper replacements and the charger just to try it out. They work absolutely fine, so I'm really happy with that. Wasn't much of a fix from Block, but I guess it was good advice. I followed up after not getting my bearings and hearing no reply about a broken kingpin. I followed it up with an email to Robert saying, basically, you know, where's my stuff that should have come with the order originally. I've called you and emailed you a couple of times to see where it is. You're still not producing it. Not giving me any answers. He replied pretty quick, to be fair, to say he was going to send out some bits straight away. Another issue was these little bolts were too short, so when your risers go in, there's no room for the nut to go on. So I said all the bolts are different sizes and not long enough to fit the risers that you've supplied with the board, you know, what the hell. So he said he'll send me some more bolts. This is what I got. Phillips countersunk head bolts. That are ridiculously long. I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to do with those. I don't know. And he also sent out, he said, a new truck part with a kingpin on would be 29 quid, but we'll send you one out for free. So to be fair, he sent me one, but it's second hand. You can see signs of wear on the back when it's been bolted to the board. You can see signs of where nuts have been tightened up against bolts where it's been fitted to a board. The threads are slightly knocked and damaged where you can see for definite there's been a nut on there. This bit looks pretty new, to be fair. That's not even the same colour as the red ones that are in my board. And there's also a lot of dirt. Let's see if we can see this. There's a lot of dirt down the back that they haven't been able to wipe out. So they sent me a second-hand truck as a replacement for a broken part. Didn't think that was very good. So they sent me my bearings way too late. They finally can't. I can't complain about the bearings. The bearings are mega. Bolts. Like what? What are they? I need 8. I've got 4. And they're like fillet. They're not for longboards. Second-hand thing. No real solution from these guys for like the rattle or anything, but at least I've got the battery now that works. Pretty good. Really lights up the road when you're out at night. Can't complain about them. So yeah, I didn't think it was a very good service from Slick Revolution, to be honest. And I'd be wary about buying another board, to be honest. I think the next board that's coming out in October has got dual motors on, comes with off-road wheels and a carry sack and stuff for like 30 quid more than what I paid for this. So that was a bit annoying. But to be fair, couldn't wait until October to have the board, so I'm quite happy with this board, just not very happy with the service. Anyway, that's me.